Yo, what up? What up? We're back with another segment of college basketball best bets and conference breakdowns. We're going through all of the conference landscapes, our best bets using our new CDB tool, and yes, kind of just talking stuff. For you guys on TikTok, I am trying to simulcast through TikTok and YouTube, so you're gonna have to bear with me because this is definitely going to be an experience as I kind of get this through. So if you're having a hard time seeing on TikTok, just come over to follow us on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, what up, Mr. Katz? Hey, hey. So like always, what we're doing is we're just kind of going through, looking at different landscapes. We're talking about best bets. Again, we got the landscapes up here. We've got the tools for all the money line spreads and totals for today's games. Let you know kind of what we're looking at right now and just kind of hearing what you guys want to talk about. So, with that being said, I'm just gonna kind of hop into this, and I'm just gonna see where the conversation goes. So, I'm gonna start with a little bit of the bets here. Then I'm gonna go to the conference landscapes. I want to talk about the SEC, the Big Ten, the ACC, and again, whatever other things you guys want to talk about. So, first and foremost, if you guys have not seen a lot of this stuff, I'm gonna show you is all free on our website. This tool right here that I'm gonna talk about is free until Friday night, and the landscapes are gonna be free all season. So, I can tell you right now, we are on St. Bonaventure, Florida, which Florida's kind of interesting because um, they had an injury. I think Martin went down today during the game, so that's gonna be interesting. And then what else are we on? We have Florida State, excuse me. We're on Houston. We're on Oklahoma plus 17 and a half. The over on Air Force and Baylor, as well as ASU minus 1.5, which as a Arizona alum, that feels absolutely disgusting. Mr. Katz, you're on St. Bonnie's and Houston gets a spread only for the college side tonight. I love it. Yeah, St. Bonnie's, we have them at money line. You can see here we had at plus 130. It's like a 12% edge there. So that was just too much to pass up. So I'm rooting for you. You said you got the spread. Did you get the you get plus 2.5 or what did you get, Mr. Katz? I am with you on Houston though. Houston looks pretty damn good. I want to take a quick set, go to these landscapes real quick, just to kind of quantify what Houston's been doing here. So give me 1 second. Let me switch screens. You can see here, Houston has in this top right-hand corner, like this is where you want to be. So you're looking at good offense on to the further to the right you are, good defense closer to the top you are. Houston is like creme de la creme. Now, I'm going to talk my stuff real quick because as an Arizona alum, Arizona had a horrible start to the year and they have been absolutely on fire. So, with that being said, I'm definitely curious to see what they can do the rest of this tourney or rest of this regular season, excuse me. But OSU is absolute trash. I mean, Houston theoretically should have no problem with them, but you know, this is why you play the game, right? Never say never. But yeah, we're on Houston minus 22. Um, uh, and yeah, I think we have that as I think you originally made that as minus 23 when the line opened up. So we'll see how that goes there. All right. Looking on TikTok. You guys got any questions? Guys got any things? Let me know. 3.5 on BetMGM. Nice, nice, Mr. Katz. All right. Yeah, so I mean, I'm just gonna kind of go through this real quick. Again, like I said, this is all free on our website, btb-analytics.com. Link is in our bio. What we've done is we've taken the models for like Ken Palm, Bart Torvik, Evan Maya, D ratings, Massey, etc. Has the metrics, and we put them all into this consensus model. And what it does is it actually just spits out an aggregate line for you, and then you can just sort either by team, you can search for them, or you can search by or sort by edge for spreads, money lines, or if totals are your jams, both the over and unders. And then again, love these conference landscapes. It's kind of saying like how good are these teams this year? And you can see here, I mean, for ACC, Duke is absolutely killing it. What I love about these is that what you're looking at is the green zone is kind of where you want to be. These are teams that are above average, but this is for conference play. These red lines here, again, it may be hard for you to see on TikTok, but easier on YouTube. But these red lines here, this is the national average. And so like the ACC is, it's pretty competitive, but if you look at conferences like the Big 12, really, I know for sure the Big 10 here. Big 12, almost every team's above average. TCU's kind of straddling that line. But you hear people talk so much love about like the SEC and whatnot. It's because I want to show you real quick. Here, let's open this one up. It's because every team in the SEC is above average, like statistically on both sides of the ball. Like even the trash teams, quote unquote trash for conference play, the South Carolinas, the LSU's, the Arkansas, although I know they just beat Kentucky. They may be bad for conference standpoint, but they're still pretty damn good from a national average. So it's just kind of hard to sleep with them. I don't know if anyone's actually taken down Auburn though. For me, that's kind of where my money's at. I think that's a safe bet, but we'll talk more about March Madness winners if you guys want to talk about that. All right, yeah, on TikTok, you want to talk about Auburn? Hey, so I want to show you guys something real quick. Um, so what we did, so you guys heard about that trend where it's like, the Ken Palm, like every March Madness winner since like 2001 has been, this high on offense and this high on defense. So that Ken Palm trend is for the end of the regular season. And it's top 44 on defense and top 57 on offensive, adjusted offensive ranking. So what I did was I took those rankings where teams are now, right? So if the regular season ended today, right, these are the teams that would fit that criteria of who can win March Madness. And then if you throw out the 2014 UConn team, because they're kind of an anomaly, if you throw them out, it's actually a top 21 on offense, top 44 on defense. And so really the teams to the right of this red line is where you want to be if you want to be a March Madness winner. And then you can see underneath are their odds, right? So Auburn has a plus 400 odds to win it all. These are pulled as of, I think I want to say Sunday night. So they may be a little bit stale depending on who's played where, but Auburn's plus 400, Arizona plus 5,000, Duke plus 400. But if you're like a Houston backer or a Florida backer, again, these teams are just as good as Duke and Auburn so far this year, but their odds are way, way higher. So you could get some value there if you think Houston or Florida is going to make a deep run. It's probably in your interest to kind of sprinkle on some action on them now, because if they continue to do what they're doing, these are probably only going to decrease. Now, you can't really see it here, but Mizzou is plus 12,500, which I think is absolutely insane. But they have, their offense is really good. It's going to be their defense in my mind. It's going to be their Achilles heel. But at 125 to 1, that's kind of hard to ignore. And then you can see here, the rest of these teams. Again, you want to be on the right hand side of this line. Michigan State was over here week by week. They've been kind of regressing, and I think their schedule does get a lot harder. I'm gonna be curious to see how well they do. And then Kansas, I know they just whooped on Iowa State, but you're getting a name brand tax here at plus 3,000 for kind of like where the teams around them are. Ole Miss, A&M, 6,000, 8,000, etc. Like I think 3,000 is a little too short. I think it's just a brand name tax. And then I'm curious what you guys think. Like Creighton. Like I don't think of Creighton as like a team that can make a deep run, but they're on the plot. Like they're in the club. And at plus 6,600, the bookmakers are at least giving them some sort of chance, or at least sort of respect. And as you can see here, Ohio State, Texas, they're both plus 20,000. So Creighton's getting so much more love than the UCLA's, Ohio State, etc. Teams that theoretically couldn't make a run as well. I know Ohio State got blown out a couple of times early in the year, but they've been looking pretty good as of late. So. Jay, where's UK? I'm sorry, bro. It's the defense. Kentucky doesn't make this graph because their defense is piss poor. And then that's not fair. That's not that bad, but they are not great on the defensive side. And I can actually tell you if you want, Kentucky, their adjusted ranking is. Let me pull up their D rating real quick for you, Jay. Boom, 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 boom. Kentucky is 89th. They're 89th right now in adjusted defensive ranking. So top 44 make the graph. That's the trend. I don't make the rules. That's just kind of where it's been at. So if Kentucky can get their defense up and play with a little more consistency, then maybe. But, again, if the Ken Palm trend holds true and if the season ended today, they wouldn't make this graph, and that's kind of what you're seeing there. Let's see. Whoever's giving gift or badges, a shout out to you. Appreciate you guys. You know how to do that. What I would love though is if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you're on TikTok, make sure to go to the website links in the bio. If you like this stuff, this is all free. And again, we do have that CBB package completely for free. So check it out, see what you like. All right, I saw the question about Auburn. Let's see. Do you think Auburn would beat Duke on a neutral court? Ooh, that is a damn good question. That is a damn good question. I personally, yes, I do, and here's why. So you look at Auburn. If you kind of just look at how these two teams stack up, right? So Auburn is. Let me pull up the rankings here. So Auburn is Ken Palm's overall number one team. Duke is Ken Palm's overall number three team. Okay, so Duke has better defense statistically, not an opinion, just statistically. They have a better defensive rating. Auburn has a better offensive rating. Here's why I think Auburn has the advantage over Duke. No disrespect to what Duke is doing. They're absolutely killing it at 19-2. They made absolute fools out of North Carolina. Cooper Flag is playing on a whole nother level right now. But with Auburn winning that mini game stretch when Janai Broome was out, supposedly their best player, and they continue to roll on away floors as if nothing happened, that just told me that this team is so deep and they're more than just one player, right? We haven't really seen Duke play with injuries, like major injuries, and that's going to affect everyone. I'm not saying that, but to me, I saw Auburn do that without their best player, and to me, they're a complete team, no ifs, ands, or buts. Duke definitely may be as well. I'm not saying they aren't. I just have evidence that Auburn is that dude or those dudes. So I think I would give a slight edge to Auburn, but that'd be a damn good game. It'd be a damn good game. All right. So someone asked for St. John's. Yeah, we'll talk about St. John's real quick. I'm not sure. I don't think here. Let me just go back to this thing real quick. I don't think they're playing today, but we'll look at them. Yeah, they're not playing tonight. But yeah, we'll look at them from a conference standpoint. So again, if you guys are new here, go to the link. Make sure to like this live. Go to the link. You get the website here. This is all complete for free if you want to check this stuff out on your own time. But yeah, let's look at St. John's and the Big East. Give me 1 sec, and I will pull that up. And anybody on YouTube, you guys got comments to let us know. If you're watching this on TikTok, we're trying to grow our YouTube channel. It's just the ban and whatnot. It's due time, so I gotta put the hours in. So I'm sorry this looks a little bit grainy, but if you want to see us on YouTube, I'm sharing my screen. Looks a lot better over there. If you want to see on here, you'll love for you to hang out. Just that's why it's set up this way. So apologies in advance. All right. So St. John's. So St. John's over here, they are top defense in the Big East, right? They're above average both offensively and defensively to the national average. But for me at least, I think this is Marquette's conference to lose. Now, what you'll notice though is, remember, if we go back to this March Madness winner plot, right, the one where if the season ended today, right, Marquette and Creighton make this list, St. John's doesn't, right? And really what St. John's biggest Achilles heel is going to be is going to be their offense, unfortunately. And so if you look at their adjusted offensive rating, they're 70th in the country. So, defense wins championships in football. I'm not sure you can say the same in offense or in basketball. I know although it's clearly important, but yeah, if you go back to the Big East plot here, you can see that's kind of where they rank here. If they can get over, in this green zone, I think they've got a chance. And they've been doing, not terribly, right? I mean, if you look at St. John's, the Big East play, they're 10-1. So, excuse me, they're definitely doing what they have to be doing. And we know the Big East is absolute gauntlet, right? We know it's this kind of ground and pound. Everyone beats on each other. Besides Marquette and UConn and maybe Creighton, these are normally dogfight games with really good defense and close scoring and whatnot. I've got no reason to hate on St. John's, but again, I think just if you're looking for something to buy them hope, it's got to be the offense taking a little bit of an uptick. Although again, 10-1 in conference play, I don't know what more you want them to do. What I would be curious though is just looking at their Yeah, their non-conference strength of schedule, it has been 170th, so really easy. Their overall strength of schedule, they are 64th. And so if we look at the Big East Conference, just kind of taking a look at that conference, you can see here Ken Palm has them at 16-4 projected rating. Giving them that. Now it's okay. Actually, this is pretty interesting. Who asked that question? Um, Unknown seller. Unknown seller. So this is actually pretty good. So you look at St. John's again. I know it's kind of hard to see on TikTok, but St. John's is right here, right? What I find interesting is their conference strength of schedule. They actually have the easiest strength of schedule. So St. John's, you can read that two ways, right? Either one is okay, are they doing well because they have an easy schedule and they'll get a little bit tougher as conference play goes on, or you can read it as St. John's probably a pretty good bet if you want to bet a Big East conference winner, right? And if they can win the Big East, obviously they're going to get an automatic bid into the tourney. They'll probably get it anyway if they don't win, as long as they can kind of keep up some good wins here. Can St. John's make a run? Again, March Madness wise, I want to see more of that offense. But for a St. John's Big East champion bet, that actually might be a good bet on Solo. You might be onto something. Yeah, I stand corrected. You might be onto something. All right. Doug, St. Bonaventure money line up to 145. Yeah. So for you guys who don't know, we St. Bonnie's was one of our bets today. That was the money line edge. This is our CDB tool. Again, this is completely free on our website. Check the link in our bio. It just gives you the outputs for all of the games for the day, edge, money line, etc. And so if we filter towards money line, again, I know it's kind of hard to see on TikTok, but it's the second row, St. Bonaventure versus the Ramblers. We give that a 55.3% chance of winning, i.e., we make it so that St. Bonnie's actually should be favored, but they are actual dogs today. And so he's saying went from plus 130 to plus 145. Now, listen, I'm not going to BS you guys. Normally, you don't want the market moving against you, right? You want to see that plus 130, maybe go down to plus 115, plus 110, or even money, something like that. So we'll see what happens, but it's why we play the game. We identified value on it, and how we do it is we use all the big wigs, all the sharp models. So Ken Palm, Bart Torvik, Evan Maya, etc. And that's how we bet the game. So that's going to tip off, I think, in like 27 minutes. So I'll definitely be watching that to see how that goes. But yeah, we are definitely on St. Bonnie's money line, and I love it. All right. Someone asked for SDSU. Okay, yeah, San Diego State. Yeah, so we'll do that. I don't think they are playing tonight. Yeah, but we can do the Mountain West. Because the Mountain West was interesting to me. Here, let me pull this up real quick so you guys can see. All right, so San Diego State. So yeah, you can see them again, classic, great defense. I think that's what we've all come to know and love for San Diego State. The offense, they're teetering just on the edge of greatness for their conference play. And then again, they are, above average nationally. What surprises me though is you look at all these teams that are ranked ahead of San Diego State, right? You got Utah State, Boise State, you got the Lobos, you got Colorado State, you got Nevada in terms of offensive ranking in the UNLV. Now, San Diego State has the best defense, but again, we kind of saw what happens if you can't score points. We saw them make that magical run, it was a couple years ago, but you got to have that offense to go a long way. And for me, my problem is I don't think you get more than 3 teams from the Mountain West into the tournament. You know what I mean? Like, I know, like, it's not a Power 5 conference. It's definitely gotten better, right? I think if you had a tier and a B tier, the Mountain West is the clear number 1 in the B tier, and then right behind them is probably West Coast Conference. But I don't know if the conference has enough respect. Like, if Utah State, Boise State, and Colorado State all get in, and or New Mexico get in, I don't know. I just don't know if there's enough spots left for the Mountain West, because you're going to have a ton of Big Ten, a ton of Big 12, a ton of SEC, right? You've got the conference winners from every other conference landing in those spots there. You're going to have a couple other Trojan, wild horses, but I just don't know if there's 5 teams from Mountain West. I just don't know. But I'm listen, San Diego State, they got a chance, right? I mean, what they're 8-3 in conference play. I think they finished top 2 in Mountain West. They're probably a shoe in given their history. They are more of a name brand team nowadays, but leaves a little bit to be desired, just a little bit for me at least. All right. Anything else for you guys? Otherwise, I'm gonna go and make dinner here. Like I said, if you guys want to see the stuff, this is completely free. Check our link in our bio, btb-analytics.com. This CBB package is free for 3 more days. Check it out for your betting needs. You can do edges, money lines, totals. Again, it's the sharpest models in the game. We've just scraped the data, made it easier for you to use it however you want to handicap. If you want to do the landscape, see how your teams stack up. This is also for free. It will be free all season. And then last and not least, you've got the March Madness winner watch list. So if the season ended today, we can do that. Brad, oh hey Brad, what's up, man? Why does the BB forecast? Excuse me. Why does the BB forecast tool gray out? Yeah, so we hosted on Shiny app, just a little bit behind the scenes. And part of that is there's a timeout because they charge you per instance and per clicks and per views and per time on there. And so what happens is we tried this earlier. There's really only a couple settings, but if you leave it to never timeout, what happens is someone leaves it on their laptop, they leave that screen up, and then you burn through all your monthly minutes in like 2 days. So as we move towards the free trial to just the paid members, we'll definitely adjust that setting, Brad. But the easiest way to have it not time out is just to click on the table, and it'll kind of reset itself. So that'll be an issue probably just until we get the free stuff out of there and we're just paid members only. Then we'll definitely bump that up because that'll be one less inconvenience. Hope that answers your question. Max, where's Wisconsin? Okay, so Wisconsin for this March Madness winner, they are not on here, and I can tell you why. Look, we can look at the Big Ten first. We'll start there, and then we'll kind of go through for what's happening with Wisconsin. All right, so first and foremost, let's look at the Big Ten landscape. You can see here Wisconsin is killing it offensively. I mean, honestly, they're killing it both, right? Again, the green shaded area is the top average for the conference play, but these red lines over here, the red lines are for national average. So Wisconsin's definitely killing it. What's happening though, Max, is that Wisconsin's defensive rating, they're ranked 47. So they are ever so slightly missing that cutoff. Again, it's top 44 defense, top 57 offense. And so they'd be like, kind of right down here, probably like in between Alabama and Missouri, right? And then just a little bit lower because of their defense. So they definitely can make a run. I'm not discounting them out at all. But that's kind of what's holding them back so far as the defense. Yeah, exactly. You got it. You got it. You got it. Yeah, hey Brad. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, and thanks for the feedback. I saw your email. We'll definitely working on some stuff too. So we'll get all the stuff, especially for our paid members. We'll take care of you guys. So don't worry about that. All right, guys. I appreciate it. If there's not any other questions or matchups you want to see, any other conferences you want to break down, we're gonna do this probably nightly. I'll set for YouTube. I'll set some times up there so you guys kind of know when to expect this going on. And we'll do the games of the day, and then we'll also do landscapes. I'll update this March Madness winner watch list with the new odds after tonight's games, so we can see which teams that maybe made it, who fell on, who fell off, and then who really is the team to watch. And then we update the conference landscapes twice a week as well. So, all right, I hope that was helpful. Oh, Brock, I got you, Brock. One last one. We'll do Ohio State. All right, so you see here Ohio State plus 20,000. on his March Madness winner watch list. But we go back to the Big Ten landscape. Boom. Okay. So Ohio State. I mean, this is where you want to be, Brock. If you're Ohio State backer, good offense, good defense. They make the March Madness winner watch list, so they're doing stuff. My problem though is which Ohio State team are we getting, right? And I give you grace because I'm a Wildcat fan, Arizona Wildcats, and we started off really rocky too. And so teams can definitely get better, but at 5-6 in the conference play, and or no, was that yeah, they're 13, yeah. They're 13-9 overall. So yeah, so with that conference play record, you've had some really bad losses, right? You had the what was like the 38-point loss to Auburn. You got who was that? It was somebody else early in the year. Here, let me look real quick. It was oh, Maryland, which Maryland's a good team. I will say Maryland's a sneaky good team. You can see them up here, right? Right behind Michigan on Illinois. Maryland, I don't think it's enough credit. But you have 30, 40-point losses, blowout losses of those two teams. You had a couple of close losses, Michigan State, Illinois. Those weren't terrible. Wisconsin, those aren't terrible. But what I need to see more of is where the quality wins, right? Now, you beat Purdue, great win, right? You can see Purdue's over here, kind of in their own league offensively. Like, that's a great win. You need more of that. I don't know if you can't beat Maryland coming up, right? If you can't beat Michigan coming up, I don't know if there's going to be enough per se for Ohio State to be a shoe-in. I think they have the resume. If they can get some more wins, you're going to have the opportunities. That's the beauty of the Big Ten, right? And again, I go back to this graph here. You can see these red lines. That's the national average. Literally every Big Ten team is above the national average. So that's good for you. You're going to get quad one wins left and right. It's a matter of can they take advantage of it. If they can, Ohio State has all the makings of a dark horse team. I don't even know if you can call them a dark horse because they're power four, but they have the makings of a dark horse team there. So it's just a matter of can they get those bugaboos out of them and not get blown out anymore and actually start winning against good teams. Because when they've gone against really good teams, they've lost. So that's my problem. All right, dope. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. Again, like this, love it. Thank you guys for the time, for the questions. Be sure to check out the website. I appreciate any of the feedback, and we'll be back. We'll do this nightly, probably around this time. We're doing our college football, or excuse me, college football. RIP. We're doing our NFL Super Bowl show on YouTube tomorrow night at 6:15 Mountain, 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific. So if you are a football fan, come join us for that on YouTube. We have plays for that. We got some player props, doing some breakdowns, things like that. Other than tomorrow, we'll be back every night doing some of this basketball stuff. So thank you all. Appreciate it. I will catch you guys later. And as always, good luck.